This week on eNEWS, student enrollments are causing challenges for the college. Lethbridge businesses are concerned about the homeless population, and the Kodiak soccer team is well represented on the national stage.
Welcome to eNEWS. I'm Justin Sibbett.
And I'm Sarah Finanga, and here's today's top stories. The increasing number of students at Lethbridge College has brought both positive and negative impacts. Many college departments have found their hands are full managing new student needs. I had a chance to look into the issue.
It is always the busiest time of the year. Lethbridge College says it has all of its departments busy helping out students with different needs. Considering the changing number of students enrolled through the past few years, staff are dealing with a different pressure at the start of every year. Lethbridge College Students Association's Operation and Finance Manager Celine Gilbert says the LCSA is continuing to adapt to fluctuations in students' enrollment.
Last year we saw a big increase in student presence at events such as like Thirsty Thursday and Sexy Bingo and stuff like that. And we had to double, almost triple the amount of pizza we were ordering for Thirsty Thursday, and same with Sexy Bingo, just because they got so big and all these students wanted to come out and enjoy the events.
Over the years, there's been a number of different factors that have caused the fluctuation in students' enrollment. One of these forced the students and instructors to change the mode of delivery from in-class to online. Institution Planning and Reporting Manager Paul Crison says that COVID is one of the major reasons they have seen fluctuation in student numbers over the past few years.
And again, it's kind of a national, has national implications, is that our international learner has been the student count that has really been driving our increases in enrollments now. So just to give you an example, our year over year, our student registrations rose from 5,727 to 6,010.
The college says its departments work as a team to make sure every student has a good learning experience, from the classroom to the wellness center and students' activities.
So here at the LCSA, we do a very good job at connecting with our internal partners and our external partners. So I think the first biggest thing we always do is every single year we are given a financial breakdown of the college and the changes that are going to be coming up and what we can be expecting for the next year.
The number of students around may look overwhelming at times, but do not hesitate to look around and make a friend. For eNEWS, I'm Sarah Finanga. The college says its departments work as a team to make sure every student has a good learning experience, from the classroom to the wellness center and students' activities.
Food security is a challenge faced by many students. The stigma around accepting aid stops many from getting the help they need. One way Lethbridge College has taken action is by making food more readily available to those who need it. Zach Robinson reports.
The rising cost of living has impacted many groups of people, one of these groups being post-secondary students. Understanding the difficulties students face, Health Promotions Coordinator Lori Harrison says that concern of food security have been growing. She hopes that the Student Association's food pantry will help combat those issues.
We've seen statistics from the LCSA Food Bank that the need for more food security initiatives has been increasing over the last couple of years. So we decided it was time to go into, try to add something just to be able to make sure that all students were able to, as much as possible, access at least some food if they were finding that was a shortfall in their life.
The Lethbridge College Students Association has a food bank where students can sign up to receive more aid. But for some students, the thought of needing assistance may be off-putting. Association Service Coordinator Angela Fretz-Waters says the food pantry is a way around the stigma.
Some students, there's still a stigma, unfortunately, about using a food bank. So some students don't want to access that help. So with the food pantries, we're hoping that it will reach those students.
The area which the pantry is located was carefully chosen near Harrison's and the LCSA's office so they can keep the pantry easily stocked at all times. According to Harrison, it also benefits students who may not want to be seen taking items.
But we wanted it to be discreet because if it's in a public hallway, some people would be like, oh, sure, they'd grab what they need or whatnot. But some people, I mean, they're not comfortable with doing that.
This is a pilot project for the first semester. Harrison says that if successful, there are plans to install more food pantries around the campus to reach those in need. Zach Robinson, eNEWS.
Anyone who wishes to contribute is free to leave non-perishable food items on the shelves of the pantry. For more information, check out the food pantry behind the Fredericks Theatre at Lethbridge College.
Lethbridge College Indigenous Services is back with another great open house, which includes lots of information, activities, and bonding experience with other students. Wiley Gross Ventureboy reports.
Indigenous Services Open House at Lethbridge College provides information regarding their programs for a diverse community and Indigenous scholar. Massage therapy student Brandon Singer thinks having this information available is helpful.
I feel like it was very informative, especially if you're new and you don't know about all the services going on. So I think it was really great for an information session for a lot of new students.
Singer is a new Indigenous student. He says embarking on this new educational journey can be very overwhelming at times. Indigenous Services wants to make sure that every student feels at home, and if students need to speak to elders, they also have grandparents as part of the program.
We're kind of a well-rounded service. We don't just touch on the academics, but we touch on the emotional, the physical, the cultural piece of being an Indigenous student here at Lethbridge College. So, we're kind of a one-stop shop, if you will.
When Indigenous students transition to college, they may experience a range of emotions and challenges. Indigenous Services say they hope to make contact with students at every level of their education. Singer says knowing they have that kind of support will take a huge weight off his shoulders.
Because I feel like Indigenous people, sometimes some people feel that it's easier to talk to somebody else who is Indigenous as to somebody who is not. They just feel more comfortable and to get their point across and what they want.
The Indigenous Service team recommends students to pop into the gathering place located at the Andrews Building, 1501, to look at the calendar to see upcoming events that the team does every week. Wiley Gross Ventureboy, eNEWS.
Lethbridge College says they will continue to support all the Indigenous students who walk through those doors to get a higher education. You can find more information on the Lethbridge College website regarding Indigenous services.
Lethbridge College students are voicing their frustrations over being unable to find a place to live. Lethbridge is in the middle of Canada's housing crisis. International students are particularly impacted as the nation struggles with the difficult housing issue. Tosin Liadi reports.
With the resumption of a new semester, international students are finding it difficult to find housing. They say this adds to their stress as they adjust to their new environment. First-year business administration student at Lethbridge College, Chima Obi Inwahuiri, knows the challenges facing new students.
That accommodation is a major challenge at the college here. It wasn't easy for me, but with the help of my sister that is currently at the college, I was able to secure a space where I'm currently staying now.
On-campus housing at the college was unable to meet with the demand of applications this year, as many of the requests were from international students with families. Family units were limited and filled up fast. However, the college did more to mitigate the circumstances.
A significant demand this year. And then another thing we've done is we've opened up 5 of our 2-bedroom units to 2-bedroom family units. And so instead of having just 8 family units, we now have we more than doubled our family units.
Browser says there are other off-campus housing options that students can explore that are affordable and in close proximity to the college. Inwa Ohiri says he appreciates that the college has made changes to help the situation, but as the international population at the college grows, so does the accommodation problem.
Encountered at the college here, there are family members that came with their family husband, wife, and kids. So if the college would make more provision for family units, it will go a long way in helping the issue of accommodation at the college.
The housing challenge remains a pressing issue that demands immediate solutions. We urge all stakeholders, including government, to step in to address it effectively. Tosin Liadi, eNEWS.
Lethbridge College is now discussing future plans to increase the number of residences on campus due to the increase in the number of students.
Lethbridge College has established a new wildlife analytics lab that is the first of its kind in Canada. As Brett Brown reports, this unique facility is opening new opportunities for students, faculty, and staff.
When Kelsey Gurley was a student at Lethbridge College in 2021, she had no idea that she would soon be returning to her alma mater to work in a groundbreaking facility. Gurley was recently hired as lead lab technician for the newly established Wildlife Analytics Lab. She says she is a perfect example of the kind of opportunities the lab will open up for students.
It was so exciting and really, really cool to see something that I had learned about at the college now being implemented at the college, where I could come work at the college and be able to be a part of the project.
The lab uses a process called cementum analysis to determine the age of the wildlife specimens from 2 samples. It is the first facility of its kind in Canada to offer the service. The lab is the brainchild of School of Environmental Science instructor Everett Hanna, who has been working with the process for over 20 years. He says there is a great demand for this data in research and wildlife conservation studies.
And so it's always been a bit of a seed in my mind to offer a commercial service like this in Canada through a post-secondary lab in particular, because no such services existed historically in the country.
The busy lab is already in the process of hiring students to work as additional lab technicians. Gurley says the lab not only enhances the reputation of the college, but is generating important learning, research, and employment opportunities.
So being able to know that you're going to an institution, either as a student, staff member, researcher, where we are conducting groundbreaking research and really bringing a new market to Canada, that's really exciting.
If the lab is successful, it could allow the college to offer similar services in the future. For eNEWS, I'm Brett Brown.
The Alberta Professional Outfitters Society provided more than $145,000 in funding to help make the lab a reality. The college's Center for Technology, Environment and Design also played a crucial role to the lab's development.
Livingston Range School Division and Lethbridge College have launched a new state-of-the-art laboratory. It's a mobile facility for environmental sciences, and it's now ready for new experiments. Mark Solomon has the story.
And the condenser needs to be adjusted here. There we go.
Many southern Alberta students may not have access to science labs. Lethbridge College and Livingston Range School Division have unveiled a mobile learning laboratory at the Peaks Collegiate campus. This will bring environmental courses to grades 7 to 12. Lethbridge College Center for Technology, Environment and Design Dean Terry Kolchuk says this was all about trying to deliver quality programming in rural high schools.
This new lab is the result. It's an ability for us to now take our lab, or the lab, to high schools and other partners and be able to offer a student experience that is very unique and a high quality experience, and one that might give the student a different perspective on certain areas of environmental science.
These educational partners wanted to develop an environmental science programming bundle that would allow students a chance to try a course at the post-secondary level while they are still in high school.
Dual credit program has been around a long time. It's an opportunity for a course to qualify for credit in both high school and college or university. We have worked with a number of division partners in southern Alberta to identify courses that would meet the needs of the high school student base, then get credit awarded to those schools for students who took that course.
Alberta Education's Dual Credit Enhancement Fund granted $100,000 to bring high school students new technology that can be used in the field. Jonathan Frazen is a graduate of the Environmental Science program at the college. He has been a laboratory technician for 15 years and was assigned to build the 27-foot-long mobile lab.
It's totally self-sufficient, solar-powered, it's 4 seasons, it's heated, and the idea is that we can take this high-tech piece of equipment out to the field with the students. We can do environmental sciences sampling, and we can have a professional, nice, comfortable space for the students to process their samples and to learn about environmental sciences.
This mobile lab could help students to realize the value of learning the environment in their own backyard. It will also better prepare them for taking a post-secondary program in the college. Mark Suleiman, eNEWS.
In the coming weeks, the mobile lab will be out in the field, allowing students to start running experiments in their community. We look at a new program for college entrepreneurs coming up, and how Lethbridge post-secondary students are striking a work-life balance.
When I first heard about Windy City Canine Rescue, I was a little hesitant to rescue a dog with them. I hadn't heard much about the organization, and since they didn't have a location, I was really worried about finding time to actually meet the pet. But they were super helpful throughout the entire process, even though they work on a volunteer basis. And that's when I actually met JC here, and for the better part of a year, JC and I have been inseparable.
Call Windy City Canine Rescue or search them on Facebook to rescue a dog today.
The Lethbridge Food Bank supports those in need. You can too. By donating food, you're helping the Lethbridge Food Bank achieve its goals. The Lethbridge Food Bank depends on the donations to help change and support the cause of those in need. Cash donations are also accepted through their website at lethbridgefoodbank.ca. Donating cash makes it possible to maintain the quality of the Lethbridge Food Bank's food supply. Donate today because everyone deserves to be fed.
I'm feeling out of the loop lately. You know the feeling?
I was feeling that a bit. Then I bought a smart farmer subscription through Farming Smarter.
What kind of services are there?
Here, let me show you. They got a few options, from a package with a newsletter and access to a forum to speak with other folk all over, up to packages with event tickets and discounts on private research.
That's fantastic.
Farming Smarter, helping you grow new ideas from the ground up. Visit us at farmingsmarter.com.
Programs at Lethbridge College provide skills for employability in a certain field, but for students who desire more entrepreneurial experience, there is Agent. Jared Vaz investigates.
Agent is an extracurricular program at Lethbridge College that allows students to collaborate with industry, providing a more hands-on approach to entrepreneurialism. The program gives students opportunities to develop their own entrepreneurial and innovative skills while connecting with industry mentors. Stefan Joseph, a graduate of Agent, says Agent's approach to innovation and business communication is what initially drove him to participate.
And that's what really attracted me, because I really enjoy connecting with people and with getting my business ideas out there. The Agent program gave me that opportunity to explore that and then share it with others.
Agent Program Coordinator Joshua Leith says students can benefit from this opportunity because it allows them to connect with industry insiders.
We have a variety of community mentors who come in and help students go through their ideas, and in the end, a lot of those mentors end up hiring those students to help them on their own businesses.
Joseph credits Agent with connecting him with his current employer. He urges students to come out and to see what it is really about.
If you want to meet some great people, if you want to have some great food, and if you want to really develop your personal business ideas, definitely come to Agent. We have some great people there. We have a lot of fun. We do great activities. We learn together, and it's a good time. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
In their headquarters, where all their workshops are held, Agent provides a workspace, snacks, and even board games. It's a space to create, think, and connect. Jared Voss, eNEWS.
Agent's workshops started late September and are running throughout the semester. For more information, go to lethbridgecollege.ca/agent.
With Canadian inflation reaching 4%, it can be difficult for Canadians to try and make ends meet. It can be even harder for post-secondary students to manage all these expenses on top of the stress of school. Kira Ashtalos reports.
With the new school year starting back up, it can be stressful trying to jump right back into the swing of things.
Brooklyn Kowalchuk, Smoothie Tech at Booster Juice and University of Lethbridge student, she says it can be tricky trying to juggle both.
Definitely difficult. It can be a lot sometimes and really overwhelming trying to balance work and then getting assignments done and getting your studying done. But it's definitely doable. You just really have to be good at time management.
Cody McClellan is the manager of Booster Juice in the Park Place Mall. He knows about the challenges of school and work, so he tries to reduce the stress level for his in-school employees.
I'm not over scheduling them more than their availability, and I don't want to be rushing them. Like if they have a class till 3, I don't want to schedule them at like 3:15. I want to give them extra time to go home, quickly eat something, change, so that they're not stressed about getting to work right away.
Although this can be a lot, Brooklyn says it's not just paying for her education that's challenging, it's also the other expenses on top of school.
I live on my own and I have an apartment, so I do pay quite a bit in rent. So it is difficult, but just trying to save your money as much as possible, trying to work lots in the summer to save up for the school year when I won't be working as much.
Post-secondary school can be hard, but Brooklyn reassures us that it is possible and she has found ways to manage these stressful times. Kira Astalosh, eNEWS.
If you need help with managing the stress of school and work, the University of Lethbridge offers a wellness center to talk to professionals. Call 403-329-2484 to book an appointment.
As more immigrants arrive, Lethbridge is evolving into a vibrant center of diversity. What's the secret ingredient? Janine Dorka has the recipe.
Tucked away on 13th Street North, you'll find Rice Momo, a family-owned Nepalese restaurant which continues the city's culinary landscape transforming. Sheetal Rai is the family's 6th child, and he shared how Rice Momo came to be by sharing his experience from hesitation to becoming the restaurant's manager.
Initially, I didn't really want to do any restaurant business, but my sister bought it from the previous owner, and slowly as I was in high school, I started working here and I started to enjoy the jobs.
Rice Momo's menu is centered on its signature momos, which is a Nepali street food. These dumplings are filled with ingredients like flavorful meat to tasty vegetables, which are a customer favorite. Sainer Ting is a loyal customer, and he says he appreciates the freshness of the meals served in here.
In terms of food, it's very similar to my culture, so I think that's what brings me back often. It's the flavor of the food, especially the dumplings and the chow mein.
Aside from having a Nepalese cuisine, there are also Indian dishes like butter chicken and biryani.
Because India and Nepal are so close to each other that they tend to share some of the food. And we figured that'd be a very good idea to expand our target market.
The Rai family has a plan to open a new restaurant in the west of Lethbridge.
Rice Momo is more than just a place to enjoy food. It represents diversity and how immigrant communities may contribute to a city's cultural mosaic. Janine Doroka, eNEWS.
There are a number of restaurants in Lethbridge that offer international cuisine that you can try.
The after-hours night market was back for a second year in downtown Lethbridge. Angie Weeb reports.
Lethbridge's Festival Square was filled with live music and buzzing with people as they attended the after-hours night market. The market hosted many different vendors with something to interest everyone. Danita Clifton McGinn is the owner of Tumbleweed Tumblers. She started making custom tumblers at the beginning of the pandemic through donations, but since then she has honed her skills and found her own passion.
It was more about finding what my community needed as well as what I needed during that time.
Clifton McGinn has sold her wares at a lot of different markets this year, and she hopes to be in all the events in Lethbridge and the surrounding area next year. The after-hours night markets are hosted by Downtown Lethbridge Business Revitalization Zone, also known as the BRZ. David Velasquez is the operations coordinator. His role is working with the community members who want to use Festival Square to host these events. He says he wants people to be able to feel like Festival Square is a place where people can gather and be comfortable.
I think our main goal with doing events like this is that people will come downtown and really find their place in the community and make the space their own.
Velasquez says his favorite part of these events is seeing the diversity of people who come downtown. They include families with their kids, couples, or people who have been in Lethbridge their whole lives. With the community gathered together in this common space, Clifton McGinn says it's helping create a more positive persona for the area.
I think it's not only helping the businesses. I think it's helping the actual downtown core.
The Downtown BRZ is working to promote interest by attracting people downtown with events like the After Hours Night Market. They say they're always working to help local business and highlight the opportunities for people here in downtown Lethbridge. For eNEWS, I'm Angie Weeb.
The last market was held on September 28th, and the organizers hope to start the markets up again next summer.
Downtown Lethbridge is known by city residents as a great place for local shops, dining, and events, but businesses are concerned about the unhoused. Sydney Doran reports.
The issue surrounding the homeless population and encampment in Lethbridge has been the subject of much debate since the end of the pandemic. As of September 2022, there has been 454 people recorded as homeless in Lethbridge. That number has doubled since 2018. Tiger Bee boutique owner Michaela Rebalkin has been downtown for a year. She was previously in a second-floor location where she felt safe. That has changed since she's moved down to street level. The changes she's seen in the past year, the increase in the population, is not just a safety issue, but they're also affecting her business.
Almost on the daily, I have customers telling me that they only want to come down to come to their favorite businesses for a short period of time, and they do avoid coming downtown for the reason of the homeless population down here. So yes, I do believe that it is driving away traffic.
Rebalkin says the city isn't doing anything to deal with this issue. She is on the board of directors for the local Business Revitalization Zone, better known as the BRZ, and shares her daily struggles not only for herself, but for other business owners. Manager of the local soup kitchen, Bill Ginther, has seen the increase in the homeless population. He understands why local businesses are concerned about the current situation.
Are hanging around a business, either in front of it, by the door, or in the business. It will discourage people from coming. It becomes an issue of safety. It becomes an issue of I don't feel comfortable with that many people around, people that I don't know.
In the past, Rebalkin was employed as a paramedic with AHS and has worked at the Safe Consumption site. As this problem drags on, she is concerned that the community will lose empathy for those people who are affected by this addiction and mental health crisis.
We don't have compassion when we're walking by homeless people every day and we just look at them and don't check if they're okay, or maybe they're passed out on the sidewalk. The city is pushing consider that as our normal.
A new supportive housing project implemented by the City of Lethbridge is to impact the homeless community. The goal is to get homeless people off the streets. To find out more information, you can visit the City of Lethbridge website. For eNEWS, I'm Sydney Duran.
The city is unsure when the construction of this building will begin, but is working towards funding for this project on or before the end of the year 2024. Coming up, we check in with the Kodiak Athletics to see how the new season is going and how a new fad on wheels is taking off in the city.
When I first heard about Windy City Canine Rescue, I was a little hesitant to rescue a dog with them. I hadn't heard much about the organization, and since they didn't have a location, I was really worried about finding time to actually meet the pet. But they were super helpful throughout the entire process, even though they work on a volunteer basis. And that's when I actually met JC here, and for the better part of a year, JC and I have been inseparable.
Call Windy City Canine Rescue or search them on Facebook to rescue a dog today.
The Lethbridge Food Bank supports those in need. You can too. By donating food, you're helping the Lethbridge Food Bank achieve its goals. The Lethbridge Food Bank depends on the donations to help change and support the cause of those in need. Cash donations are also accepted through their website at lethbridgefoodbank.ca. Donating cash makes it possible to maintain the quality of the Lethbridge Food Bank's food supply. Donate today because everyone deserves to be fed.
I'm feeling out of the loop lately. You know the feeling?
I was feeling that a bit. Then I bought a smart farmer subscription through Farming Smarter.
What kind of services are there?
Here, let me show you. They got a few options, from a package with a newsletter and access to a forum to speak with other folk all over, up to packages with event tickets and discounts on private research.
That's fantastic.
Farming Smarter, helping you grow new ideas from the ground up. Visit us at farmingsmarter.com.
Welcome back. A local theatre group is bringing their rendition of a classic British show in the Yates Theatre. As Laura Castro reports, they are living it all out on the stage.
After 50 years of bringing the best of Broadway to Southern Alberta, Lethbridge Musical Theatre is presenting The Full Monty at the Yates Memorial Theatre. Aaron Villegas plays the part of Malcolm McGregor in the iconic musical comedy. He explains how unique the show is because you don't just see one or two characters open up, but rather all 6 main roles shed their layers to the audience.
At some point, all the characters that the main 6 that you kind of follow around throughout the story, kind of that open up and figure out what's going on in their mind, and it's different from the most shows I've been in personally. So
Every member of the show workshops and rehearses daily to prepare for the performance. Stage manager Amelia Wills says that her favorite thing about the cast and crew is how passionate and dedicated they are to their craft. She says this show has given her a small theater family.
They are just such a talented group of people, and they're not afraid to just put themselves out there and you try the most outrageous things, just to see if something works.
Aaron is excited to dive into his character and perform for Lethbridge audiences. He has been involved in local theater for over 4 years and encourages people to get involved. Whether it be getting on the stage or sitting in the audience, he hopes the community will support local theater. There are over 25 people involved in this production who are counting down the days to reveal everything and more on the big stage. Laura Castro, eNEWS.
If you're interested in watching these actors perform, tickets will be available online at nmaccenter.evenue.net.
A new retro activity is gaining traction on wheels in Lethbridge. This time it has new moves and a little more competition. Alex Node has more.
When people think of wheels grinding on the cement at the skate park, they often picture skateboards. Recently, skaters have used a different set of wheels to show off their talents. Popular in the 70s and 80s, roller skating has resurfaced, this time with a flair for some daring tricks. Tuesday, Bridgewater has been skating for 2 years and competed in her first competition this last summer. Bridgewater says she is glad she took the leap to compete.
I thought I would be entering a roller skating competition, especially when I started roller skating. I felt like I was a Bambi on skates. It was absolutely incredible. I am so proud of myself for pushing myself.
Roller Skate Lethbridge was founded by Martina Emmert, who goes by Cherry in the skating community. Cherry says she wanted a safe place for people to build a community, a place they can work together and help each other learn.
There wasn't really a lot of opportunities for people to gather and connect and skate for fun or skate to learn. So I decided to develop classes and skating events so people can connect and meet and skate together.
Bridgewater says that the community is what keeps her engaged with skating, which has benefited her both physically and mentally. With the cooler months fast approaching, Roller Skate Lethbridge is moving indoors. Skaters can participate in both roller dance lessons and roller club to connect with other skaters. For eNEWS, I'm Alex Node.
Information on future events from Roller Skate Lethbridge, including a ghost-themed skate in October, can be found on their Facebook page.
As academic year starts up again, so does the Kodiak Sports. One highlight will be the women's volleyball team hosting the ACAC Championships at the end of the season. Nakoda Thunder Chief reports.
This year's volleyball season has already started with preseason practices. The women's volleyball team is getting ready for a long season and hosting the ACAC Championships at the end of the season. Veteran and co-captain Taryn Bash says she's excited about the upcoming season, which will be her last with the team.
Feels like a super cool experience, like a super cool opportunity. We haven't ever really gotten the chance. So to be top 4 last year and then have the chance to host provincials is super awesome way to say bye to the program.
Head coach Anna Schwerk has been coaching the program since 2014, but the college has been unable to get the winning bid to host the ACACs. Now that they have it, she's going to do everything she has to do to make sure the team is ready.
I was super excited when we found out we got to host. I think the last 7 years we've applied to be able to host, and we've always been turned down, and so it's just nice to know that our program is seen as being competitive enough to host. And yeah, the team has put in so much work. They've really earned this. I would have liked it to come earlier, but honestly, I'm really proud of the team that we have, and I'm really excited for them to be able to experience championships at home.
Schwerk says that after waiting 7 years to finally host the ACACs, fans are in for a treat. Bash says it'd be a great week of volleyball and a chance to watch the championship games at the end of the season.
Fans can expect a super exciting and riveting game. We're like a super high energy group this year. We love each other so much, so we're just like a bunch of best friends. So every opportunity we get to play with each other is like one that someone really wants to watch. It's fun.
As the season gets underway at the college, the Kodiak's first game will be October 21st against Ambrose University. Students and fans can purchase tickets at the front desk. This has been Nicole Thunder Chief, eNEWS.
The women's volleyball team has 10 home games for this year's regular season. And if you want to find out more information about the 2023-2024 ACAC Championships, visit Kodiak Athletics website at gokodiaks.ca.
The Lethbridge College Kodiaks are also back in action as the men's and women's soccer teams kicked off their respective campaigns with positive results. I had a chance to see how the team is preparing for their next game. From big wins on the road to happy crowds at home, the Kodiaks have enjoyed a near-perfect start to this season, even seeing national recognition come to one of their players. Midfielder Nikki Stahl scored 4 goals and tallied 2 assists in her first 4 games, securing her the Kodiaks, Alberta, and Canadian Player of the Week awards. She says the team is really beginning to flourish as the wins keep on coming.
I think we're looking really good. I'm really excited for the rest of the season. I think we can have a really good team. We have a lot of experience along with a few new players, but that's okay. We're meshing well.
Stahl also says it was an honor to be recognized by the ACAC and CCAA. The head coach of both the men's and women's teams, Sean Carey, says the dominant start should help elevate his players' expectations moving forward with the young season.
Now that we've finally had some games under our belt, we know what we're about, so it's lots of things to build on. But yeah, it's definitely been a really good month for us. Players handled themselves well, and I thought we played some good football.
Carey says the start of the schedule had them facing off against strong opponents, so the wins were even sweeter, though he never doubted his players. Fan support has also been a strong point for the Kodiaks this year, with large crowds mounting the hill to support the team at the Service Sports Centre. Stahl says having fan support helps motivate and encourage the team to play better and score more goals when they most need them.
It's awesome to have our fans come support us. There was a really big crowd. The men's team came, and I think a bunch of other athletic teams from the college came to support, so that was really good to see.
She is most proud of the team victories, placing the Kodiaks at the top of the ACAC South table. The Kodiaks have expressed optimism about the current campaign, expecting even stronger results to come. For eNEWS, I'm Justin Sibbett. The Kodiaks season continues with their next home match against Ambrose University at the Service Sports Centre on October 14th.
Lethbridge College hosted its annual Coolie Fest. In addition to the usual food trucks and music, this year's Coolie Fest was a little different from previous years. Wingley Chen has the story.
Coolie Fests offer excitement for all ages, from pony cycle racing to live performances. It is an opportunity for people and their families to experience the ultimate celebration of community spirits, music, and arts. Stephanie Savage is the Alumni Engagement Manager at the college. She assists in planning and execution, promoting the Coolie Fest, and leveraging alumni networks.
So this year at Coolie Fest, the event runs from 1 to 7, and throughout the day you'll find a lot of family-friendly activities like a horse-drawn carriage ride from 1 to 5. We'll have a lot of games and programming and things like that happen all throughout the day.
Coolie Fest organizes says the goal is to make it accessible to everyone. Everything except the Prairie-made markets and food trucks is free. The college want to ensure that nobody misses out due to financial constraints. For the first time, international students will provide free henna art. Harpreet Kaur and Ajapal Kaur are international students from India. They find the Coolie Fest is an exciting opportunity for cultural exchange.
Yeah, I made a lot of friends. Some are from Philippines, some are Canadians, and I feel like that they are very interesting, and I meet new people, and I like that.
Chantal says she would recommend that new students should come to the Cooley Fest and showcase some of the culture that they are bringing. And Savage shares some new elements and activities in the Cooley Fest.
Other things that are new this year, we're bringing back face painting and balloon art things, and the Southern Alberta Art Gallery is coming to do button making for students. So we're trying to find parts of our community that we had never explored at Cooley Fest before and finding exciting ways to incorporate them into the event.
Ultimately, the goal of the Cooley Fest is to strengthen the bond with the community and showcase the college valuable within it. Wingley Chen, Kodiak's News.
If you missed the Cooley Fest this year, make sure to mark your calendars next time for a day filled with fun, culture, and community spirit at Lethbridge College. You know, I personally feel like Cooley Fest has a lot of fun activities, but my favorite part is the food trucks, maybe because I love food. What's your point on this?
Well, I will be definitely booking that into my calendar for next year. The food trucks will be awesome.
I don't want to miss the food again.
Definitely not. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for eNEWS. Thanks for watching. I'm Justin Sibbett.
And I'm Saram Finanga. We'll see you next time.